Hola, ¿qué tal? In this video, I will walk you through the structure of the AQA A-Level Spanish exam in a nice and easy to follow way. If you want all the fine details, you can always pop over the AQA website, but be warned, it's a bit dry, goes on forever, and isn't exactly a page turner. But it's your choice. Anyway, let's crack on. I will go into more detail about each part later, but here's the basic outline. Paper 1. Listening, reading and writing. This one lasts 2 hours and 30 minutes and makes up half of your overall mark. Paper 2. Writing. You'll have 2 hours for this and it counts for 20% of your marks. And finally, paper 3, speaking. The shortest at just 21-23 minutes, but also the most intense, and worth 30% of your mark. Let's look at them one by one. Paper 1 is split into two sections, Section A and Section B. We will go over the details in a moment, but for now, Section A has 4 questions and Section B has 7. Section A focuses on listening and understanding what's being said, while Section B is all about reading and comprehension. It's called listening, reading and writing because naturally you will be writing your answers, but that's not really what this paper is all about. Let's start with Section A. In Section A, one of the questions will be about summarizing the speech you will hear in the listening. You will find also a question where you will need to identify who is saying what, so you will need to choose the right person. It's like a who is who game. Or answer with short responses like this one. Or this one. Taken together, you will need to summarize, select a person or deliver short responses, but not necessarily in that order. Section B. In this section, you will have to deal with an exercise on filling in the gaps. This one is easy and enjoyable. Of course, exercises on responding with short answers. In fact, there are 2. A text summarizing task. As I said, another short answers exercise. Here's the second one. A vocabulary task where you identify the meaning of certain words. I consider this one easy too. But no, this one, the most challenging activity according to my students, translating into Spanish. And finally, translating into English, which they usually find to be a piece of cake. Balance, paper 1 consists on section A with 4 questions and section B with 7. Again, the questions don't come necessarily in this order. Paper 2, Writing. In this paper, we have two sections, Section A and Section B. In Section A, you will find questions about your chosen movie or movies, and Section B is about the book you have read. When doing this paper, you will have two options here. You can pick option A, and then you will need to choose two different questions about two different movies and no book. Or option B, where you need to choose one question about a book and one question about a movie. Let's see briefly these two sections. Whichever you pick, you're aiming for about 300 words per question. The same word count applies when writing about a book. Think of it as being a film or literature critic, but in Spanish. In short, paper 2. In paper 2, you will need to answer two questions about two different movies, or if you choose the option B, you will need to answer a question about a movie and about a book. Paper 3, the scariest but the shortest. Let's see the bright side, why not? Speaking. We have two parts here. What a surprise, huh? Part 1 and Part 2. In Part 1, you will be given two stimulus cards with two different topics from your units. You will need to pick one, and after 5 minutes preparation, you will need to answer the questions verbally. And Part 2, where you will have 2 minutes to deliver your speech about your individual research project, IRP, and after that you will be asked several questions about it. It sounds bad, but it's not that bad. It's like a chat where someone is secretly judging your grammar. So, summarizing all this, paper 1 has two sections, Section A, listening, Section B, reading. Section A has 4 questions, Section B has 7 questions. Paper 2 is writing, where you have two options, option A and option B. In option A, you can pick two questions about two different movies, and option B, where you need to pick one question about one movie and one book. And finally, paper 3, speaking. Speaking has two parts, part 1, part 2. Part 1 is speaking about your stimulus card, and part 2 is delivering your IRP. Remember that paper 1 makes up half of your overall mark. Paper 2 counts for 20% of your mark, and paper 3 worth 30% of your mark. And that's everything you need to know for the Spanish A-Level exam. Remember to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss anything. Your exam could depend on it. Now, go forth and conjugate like your life depends on it. Gracias. Hasta luego.